Okay, it was asked for, so here it is. Some PC narration, commentary, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so this is Random Guns versus Dark Legion here. So let me see. The plan. Okay, so the plan is for me at least. I'm calling a drop to taking my squad to the city. I guess we'll see which letter I go to exactly in a second. I believe I go to Alpha. Anyways, I decided to do this video because I put up a very good score, so I just thought it'd be a little bit more entertaining to watch. Anyways, so we'll see here. So, okay, so as you see, I'll give a couple tips as I do this too. If you are going to be one calling a dropship, generally, if you jump out of the MCC, activate your inertia dampener, and then on the way down, open up the vehicle menu, have the one you're about to select ready, and just the instant you hit the ground, hit the call button. If you do it in the air, it won't work, and if you do it right when you hit the ground, it's just as fast as it can possibly go. Now, I'm not the best at flying dropships here, and I kind of troll these guys because I try to pick them up after, anyways. So don't do what I do here. Anyways, like I said, bad at flying dropships. I get off to a bit of a bad start here. Anyways, so there's that. Don't do that, what I just did. So as you see here, if you're going to fly a dropship, I just do a Gorgon because it can actually take, if I do land it, there's a lot lower chance of it being destroyed than if I have a Viper. And I don't have ADSs, which are much faster. If you have ADSs, I would recommend using those. They get you to the city a lot quicker. I don't have them. Right here, some people make some mistakes. Do not hop out of a dropship that is going to land until it lands and is done landing. As you see here, I don't know how the second guy died, but the first guy died because he jumped out too early, and I didn't see how the second guy died, but he made some sort of mistake, I'm assuming. Now, I jump out here, I put a link on the catwalk, just links up on the catwalk. I mean, I don't like doing it so much in pub matches. It kind of encourages my team to camp up high and not take the objective. But here in Planetary Conquest, where the team's actually, doing stuff, yeah, it works out well. They're hard links to take out, and they're the objective. So I got some transports just there, and that's kind of nice. So what I'm running here, I got my Kalari Scout. This screen I'm looking at is too small. I believe I have 453 armor and 453 shield, 143 armor. That fit has 4 complex shield extenders, 1 enhanced ferro scale plate, 1 complex profile dampener. It's my favorite fit. It's just my go-to. Some people say I should have a bit more speed, but no. This is the fit that works best for me. I forego the cloak for more useful equipment. I feel that it's not all that necessary in the city, unless you're doing maybe speed hacks or something like that. But on the outside, I would definitely run a cloak, but I don't want scout on the outside. I'll switch to an assault. So as you see here, so I'm running remote explode. This guy's a Logi Bros, I think, so I'm not trying to dick with that. I'm sure he has a million HP. Anyways, I think I take this guy's Logi Bro right here. Let me see. Oh yeah, well, it's fucking okay. There's a lot of guys. Oh no, he loses it. So his teammate, it looks like. Yep. What a scrub. Anyways, yeah. So I'm running remote explosives, which technically aren't that useful of an equipment, as in they don't help the team all that much, but they do help me immensely get kills and clear out objectives, which is very useful. I mean, don't call me a scrub for using remote explosives. I use them when the shotgun's not going to work as well. I can surprise people and get that one shot off on them, or I can take out a group of people. If I can't, I can't take out 3 heavies with a shotgun 99 times out of 100 unless they're just god awful. Basically, and the remote lets me take out, a heavy, just a really stacked heavy, or say 2 heavies, or heavy in a Logi, or 3 guys, or whatever I need to take out. Anyways, and then I got uplinks, and uplinks are the single most important thing in Planetary Conquest, I would say. Besides maybe like teamwork or something like that. But definitely the most important thing you can run is uplinks. I run uplinks on every suit I run in Planetary Conquest, unless I'm using a commando up on Overwatch or something like that. I'll run a Nano Hive because I usually have a dropship who can, lay links up high where I would be anyways, and I can't spread them around because I'll just be in one spot. So anyways, that's kind of what I do. What else do I have here? Flux grenades are very useful because taking out enemy links is pretty much just as important as laying your own links. Maps like this, and this map does make up almost all of Molten Heath. It's the cargo hub. It was changed. A lot of it was changed by Nine, honestly. It does cost money to change, but they decided that was a good idea because it does get 150 extra clones on the district. That means you get to fight 1 more battle. You can lose 2 battles, and you can still defend your district on the 3rd. The other 2 types of district, research facilities and research labs and production facilities only have 300, so you only get 2 battles. And plus, this is just, I don't know, people like this map a lot more. So yeah, this is the most common map in PC. So there's that. Pretty much shotgun scouts and heavy machine gun sentinels dominate this map and dominate PC for the most part. Heavy machine gun sentinels make up pretty much the vast majority of kills in Planetary Conquest. They're not, exactly so useful if you're on the outside on the bridge map or outside on any map really, and they're not quite as useful on the production facility. They're still useful on the research lab, inside on 2 of the objectives where you can be inside, and to an extent the 3rd one. But and production, they still have their uses, but assaults are a little bit more viable. They're just a little bit more open map. So yeah, I get to jump on this guy here. So as you see, I'll just flux and uplink every once in a while. I prefer to melee them. I could save my fluxes for when I really need to use the flux. If I need to make if as I'm running I see an uplink and I just need to flux it and then keep moving, I can do that. In the scout suit, outside of min scout, it will usually take 2 melees to take on an uplink if they already have some damage, from like something explosive out of something. Anyways, they can go down in 1 hit, but scouts only have 80 melee damage, so the min scout is 120, but the other 3 scouts only have 80 melee damage, so in most cases it's going to take 2 melees to take out uplinks. There could be some other cases where it goes down in 1 hit. I don't know. It happens sometimes, and I can't tell you exactly why that happens. So as you see here, I throw out flux because I don't want to run out there, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Grenades just fail sometimes for some reason. Anyway, see, I huck my own explosive, and I definitely would have got killed there if I just ran down there and tried to shotgun him. Another guy here. Get him, and as you see here, these guys are just piling up down on these stairs, and this is a bad idea. I think at this point I yell out kill feed because I just filled up the kill feed, as you can see right there. And I thought I was going to get a quad, and that would have been cool, but can't always get a quad. And as you see here, nope, only 1 kill. Anyways, remote explosives are fantastic. I love them. They're not the menace they used to be. You used to be able to throw them absurd ranges, and they were just vastly overpowered. They're still very strong now. The proto ones one hit any suit. The advanced ones might still 1 hit every suit, and maybe not a completely stacked heavy, but the basic ones I know there are some suits I can survive it that have a lot of HP. So there's that. So I prefer the boundless, not so much for the damage, but the fact that you get to carry 4 instead of 3. The boundless of the protos. Yeah, if you could carry 4 on the advanced, I would certainly do that, but you can only run 3. So, 3 on the advanced. So that uplink was giving me trouble, so I shotgun it. A bunch of guys roll up on me here, so I kind of get out. This section of the map is called the Pocket. There's another section of the map that some people call the Pocket, they call it a different name, the Back Pocket, or they call it a different name. It varies, but this is pretty well known as the Pocket. This is a very important part of the map. It's a place that's kind of away from the objective, but it's a good place to stage an attack. You can set up uplinks in this area, generally not in the bottom here, but at the top. This is much more useful. Don't set uplinks in the bottom. You can also, so anyways, it's very important for scouts to patrol this area. Make sure, if you're holding a letter, make sure that you wipe out enemy uplinks so they can't set them up. And if you don't hold the objective, it's a good place for scouts to go to set up the uplinks so that heavies and logis can amass and then roll on into this objective here. This is called, in most cases, the undercover letter. This guy's Agamus, he's a nice guy, a nerd. Yeah, so it's called the undercover letter. These letters, that letter and the acid pits letter, which is Charlie right now, they vary depending on if there's 2 or 3 points in the city. That point down there under the rings is, that's called the rings point. Charlie is called the acid pits point, and I guess alpha in this one is called the undercover point. Anyways, that was a nice kill. I like that. Because the acid pits and the undercover letter change. The acid pits on the 2 points in the city map is alpha, and the undercover, that was also a nice kill, is Bravo, and in this one undercover is Charlie. Excuse me, undercover is alpha, and acid pits is Charlie. So it flips around, and yeah, so they vary. So it's much more useful to call them by that, and it's easier because it's just it's a location, right? More of a location than just a term that is different in different situations. These terms are universal. So yeah, I don't know. Like, this isn't a fantastic team. I can't drop a score like I drop in this one on a good team. They put up a decent fight, at least. I guess we'll watch here. This was a couple days ago, so I don't remember exactly. I don't know if they get knocked out of the city exactly, and I mean, when I say knocked out of the city, I basically mean all of their links get destroyed, because that's what happens if you lose all of your links in the city, or go down to just very few. And if you're down to like one link, you technically can stay in the city, but if the enemy knows where that link is, you're pretty much screwed. So, or if they know where you're coming from, the general area. So again, remote explosive here. Let's see how many kills I get, because I just feel like knowing. And this heavy's really bad. He didn't shoot me for a long time when I was just running into him, and he just gets wrecked. Anyways, so you kind of see a mix of heavies here, mostly Galente and Amar. Amar is pretty much exclusively better than Galente. You can just get more armor. You have better resist. Well, Galente has both resist on armor, which I guess is slightly more useful, but Amar has a better resistance to. It has 5% more resistance to projectile damage, which includes HMGs, which are the main thing they're going to go up against, and there's shotguns, which armor gets a resistance to anyways, but neither of them actually get a resist. Galente and Caldari, or excuse me, Mimitar and Caldari, Sentinels get resist to shotgun, but you don't see those all that much in PC. You'll see them every once in a while, but they're just not, you can't repair them and keep them alive longer like you can the Galente and Amar, because they just don't have the same amount of armor. Caldari is pretty much shield, and Minotaur I guess can be stacked, but it's just not, it's generally a speedier suit for people who, want a speedier heavy press for flanking, but if you want a point defense heavy, Amar, so there's that. Running around here, I don't know. I mean, I could sit down and just defend one little area, but just me personally, I just do a lot better running around and going where I feel I need to go. You can kind of get to that point, especially if you get to know your team, get to know your FC. See, you'll see me come down here a couple times because they like to lay uplinks here. You'll see me go to the pockets. I don't know if I go to the CRU in this video, but a lot of times I'll roll. See that? God, I just really feel like that Flux should have got that link. And okay. And yeah, you'll see me just go various places over the depot later. When you are meleeing uplinks, for those of you that don't know this, you do not need to melee down and hit the uplink. You can just, I think I talked about this in a video, a couple videos ago. Anyways, you can just melee above the uplink. Pretend there's a vertical column going straight up from the uplink, and if you melee that, maybe not if you're in the air, but I know if you're standing on the ground where the uplink is, just meleeing above the uplink will, get you the same result as pointing down. It's much easier. And it doesn't, take your vision off of combat if you're, off the battlefield and, off the rest of the battlefield. So you'll see me here going over the supply depot. I just go in here. This is pretty much where they're trapped in at the map. This guy's trying to hack it, and he just gets wrecked. So bye, kid. Yeah, I believe this is kind of the last area they have, and I'm just trying to finish them off in the city. Now this, I don't understand how that remote explosive doesn't kill them. It looked like it blew up right on, at least the heavy. Anyways, there's that. I think that's my last stuff for the battle. This is gonna be pretty much it. I cut out the screen that shows the kill assist and all that, and the money. I wouldn't have done that if I knew I was gonna use this for commentary, but I didn't realize I was gonna do that, so I already did that. So I go 30-5, pretty darn good score, and I'll probably make more of these commentaries in the future because they're not too difficult to do when they're good time. Anyways, that's it for that.